Welcome to the Master Course, Mastering Google's Notebook LM for Enhanced Productivity and Learning Efficacy. We will begin with Module 1, the Foundations of Notebook LM. In this module, which is part of the Source Alchemist credential track, we will establish the critical why behind Notebook LM's design. We will differentiate its source-grounded architecture from general-purpose AI and master its core interface, setting the stage for advanced application. Let's start with Lesson 1.1, Understanding the AI Research Assistant. Imagine a general-purpose AI, like a ship in the middle of a vast, dark ocean. It has access to nearly all of the world's information, but when you ask for something specific, it can only give you what it remembers from its journey, which can sometimes be foggy, out of date, or incorrect. Now, imagine Notebook LM as a powerful lighthouse on the shore. It ignores the dark ocean and instead casts a bright, focused beam only on the landscape you provide, your trusted documents, notes, and sources. This lesson is about understanding why that focused beam is a revolutionary tool for research and learning. Our learning objective is to define Notebook LM's core function and differentiate its source-grounded approach from that of general-purpose LLMs like Gemini. First, let's discuss general-purpose LLMs, which we call the ocean. These models, like the base versions of Gemini or ChatGPT, are trained on a massive, diverse dataset from the public internet. Their strength is an incredible breadth of knowledge and creative potential. However, their weakness is that they are prone to hallucinations, making things up. They cannot cite specific sources for their knowledge, and their information can be outdated, making verification difficult. Next is source-grounded AI, which we call the Lighthouse. Notebook LM operates on this principle. It builds its knowledge base exclusively from the documents you provide for a specific project. Its strength is dramatically higher accuracy and relevance because its answers are grounded in your facts. A key feature is citations. Every answer it gives is directly linked to the specific passages in your source documents, providing instant verification. The critical difference is this: you are not asking, what do you know about this topic? You are asking, what do my documents say about this topic? This eliminates hallucinations and centers the work around your trusted material. Now for an interactive activity. Imagine an AI assistant with a toggle switch. When off, the AI answers from its general ocean of knowledge. When on, it can only use the 3 documents you just uploaded. Now ask it a highly specific question. What was the Q3 revenue growth percentage for Project Apollo according to the internal memo? In the off scenario, the AI might guess or state it doesn't have access to private data. In the on scenario, it would provide the exact figure from the memo. The answer you can trust for a report to your boss is clearly the one from the on scenario, highlighting the critical importance of source grounding. To assess your understanding, consider this. A colleague is hesitant to use AI, stating, "I can't risk it making up facts for my report." The most accurate and persuasive explanation of why Notebook LM solves this is C. It doesn't use the internet. Its beam of light is focused only on the trusted market reports you provide. So its answers are grounded in your specific sources, and it even provides citations. This brings us to Lesson 1.2, Navigating the Interface and Core Features. A powerful tool is only useful if you know how to operate its controls. Think of the Notebook LM interface as the cockpit of a sophisticated research vehicle. This lesson is your orientation flight. Our learning objective is to identify the key components of the Notebook LM interface: sources, notes, and chat, and their functions. The Notebook LM dashboard has 4 key areas. First, the Sources pane, your library, is located on the left side of the screen. This is where you upload and manage all the documents that will form your knowledge base. Second, the Notes area, your workspace, is the large central panel for writing notes, drafting outlines, or saving useful AI-generated responses. Third, the Chat interface, your AI assistant, is located on the right. This is where you interact with the AI. Fourth, saved prompts are your shortcuts, allowing you to save and reuse frequently used prompts. To assess your understanding, you should be able to correctly map the interface components. The Sources pane is on the left for uploading documents. The Notes area is in the center for drafting reports. The Chat interface is on the right for asking the AI questions. This concludes Module 1. You have now established the foundational what and why of Notebook LM and can confidently navigate its core interface. We will now begin Module 2, Practical Implementation and Precision Engineering. This module focuses on turning chaotic source material into structured knowledge. We will master the practical skills of data import management and the art of precision engineering your prompts. Let's begin with Lesson 2.1, Importing and Managing Source Documents. Every great library begins with acquiring and organizing its books. In this lesson, we become digital library architects. The quality of your output is directly tied to the quality of your input. Our objective is to execute the process of importing various document types and organizing them effectively. Notebook LM supports various source types, including PDFs, Google Docs, website URLs, and copied text. The import process is straightforward. From the Sources pane, click the Add Source button and select your source type. The AI will then begin indexing the source. Remember the principle of garbage in, garbage out. For best results, ensure your documents are text-based and have a logical structure. Smaller, focused documents often yield better results. For your assessment, imagine starting a research project on renewable energy. The task is to create a new notebook and add a Google Doc and a PDF report. The steps are: create the notebook, use Add Source to link the Google Doc, and then use Add Source again to upload the PDF. You would confirm success by asking the AI to cite information from both sources, demonstrating they are indexed.
Next is Lesson 2.2, Strategic Prompting for Source-Grounded Insights. Having a powerful library is one thing. Knowing how to ask the right question is another. This is the art of precision engineering for prompts. Our objective is to construct effective, highly specific prompts. A great prompt has three elements: task, context, and constraints. The task is a clear action verb like summarize or compare. The context specifies what the task applies to, such as the key arguments in Source 1. The constraints define the rules for the output, like in under 100 words. For example, a weak prompt is, tell me about the sources. A precision prompt is, create a bulleted list of the main arguments presented in Source 1 and Source 2. For each argument, provide a direct quote and its citation. To assess your understanding, consider this. Your goal is to extract statistical data from a dense PDF report. The best prompt would be D. From the report, generate a two-column table. The first column should be statistic name, and the second should be value. Include only data from the Financial Results chapter. This prompt has a clear task, specific context, and detailed constraints.
This leads us to Lesson 2.3, Failure Simulation, the Conflict Notebook. In real-world research, your sources won't always agree. This lesson is a failure simulation. We will intentionally create a conflict notebook with contradictory information to master Notebook LM's features for identifying and resolving these disagreements. Our objective is to utilize source-checking features to analyze and resolve factual discrepancies. Inline citations are your first clue to a conflict. The primary tool for resolving conflict is the Ask About Source X feature. Instead of a general question, you can direct the AI to answer based only on a single source. The workflow is first ask a general question and note the ambiguity. Then, follow up by asking the same question directed at each source individually to isolate the claims and confirm the conflict. For your assessment, imagine you've imported two reports, Report A and Report B, and you get a confusing answer about the projected market size. The correct process is a two-step interrogation. First, ask, based only on Report A, what is the projected market size? Second, ask, based only on Report B, what is the projected market size? This demonstrates how to use source-specific queries to resolve conflicts.
We will now begin Module 3, Architecting Productivity and Learning Efficacy. This module is part of the Efficacy Architect credential track. We will move from simply extracting information to synthesizing it into actionable intelligence.
Let's begin with Lesson 3.1, Creating Active Learning Tools. Passive reading is ineffective. True learning happens through active recall. In this lesson, we use Notebook LM to automatically generate study tools that force us to engage. Our objective is to utilize Notebook LM's features to generate learning aids like flashcards and quizzes. Manually creating study aids is tedious. Notebook LM can do it in seconds. We can use specific prompts for this. For a flashcard creator, prompt, based on source 3, create 15 flashcards formatted as Q and A. For a quiz maker, prompt, create a 5-question multiple-choice quiz based on the key concepts in this document. For your assessment, imagine you need to quickly master a complex project proposal for a meeting. An ideal prompt would be, from the project proposal, identify the 10 most important key terms. For each term, create a flashcard with a Q for the term and an A for its definition.
Next is Lesson 3.2, Synthesis for Knowledge Transfer. Analysis is breaking things apart. Synthesis is putting them together to create something new. In this lesson, we use Notebook LM as a synthesis engine to look across our entire library and forge new insights. Our objective is to synthesize information across multiple sources. The real power of Notebook LM is unlocked with multi-source prompts. To compare and contrast, prompt, compare and contrast the arguments in source A and source B, organized in a table. To identify themes, prompt, after reviewing all my sources, what are the 3 most common themes? Provide a quote from 2 different sources for each. To assess your understanding, imagine you have a scientific paper, a news article, and a blog post. The best prompt to synthesize them is C. Identify the central thesis from each of the 3 sources. Then explain the main point where the paper and article agree, but where the blog disagrees. This prompt asks the AI to perform a multi-step synthesis.
This leads us to our final lesson, Lesson 3.3, Workflow Integration and Efficiency. The final step of mastery is making the tool an effortless extension of your daily work. This lesson is about workflow integration. We will replace slow manual research steps with a hyper-efficient Notebook LM loop. Our objective is to integrate Notebook LM into an existing workflow to maximize time efficiency. The before workflow is manual and slow. The after workflow is the 5-minute research loop. Step 1. Curation. Add all sources to a notebook. Step 2. First pass. Ask for a high-level summary. Step 3. Outline generation. Ask the AI to create a structured outline. Step 4. Content population.
Ask the AI to provide supporting facts for each outline point. Step 5. Drafting. With all the raw material organized, you can focus on writing. For your final assessment, you will describe how to use this after workflow to produce a 5-slide executive briefing. You would detail the prompts used for curation, first pass, outline, and population, demonstrating that you have fully internalized the efficient workflow.
This brings us to our course conclusion. Congratulations! You have completed the master course on Google's Notebook LM. You began as a source alchemist, evolved into a precision engineer, and have now become an efficacy architect, capable of fundamentally redesigning your workflows for maximum productivity and learning. The true test of this knowledge is not in completing these lessons, but in applying them. Go forth and transform your process of inquiry, creation, and learning.